Please stand and join the Northeastern Illinois University Brass Quartet in the singing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. The words can be found on the back cover of the program booklet. Pardon? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. My name's Lorraine Conroy, and I'm the Interim Dean of the School of Public Health, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to Commencement at the University of Illinois at Chicago's School of Public Health. For those of you with friends and family who could not attend, our ceremony is being simultaneously webcast on the internet. Due to time constraints, we ask that individuals remain seated and refrain from approaching the stage during the ceremony. A professional photograph of each student will be available for purchase. At this time, I would like to ask everyone to please turn off your cell phones, pagers, and other electronic devices during the commencement ceremony. It's a privilege to be charged with the education and development of the next generation of public health leaders, a privilege that our faculty and esteemed guests respect and are committed to fulfilling. I'm honored to present to you the administration of the UIC and the School of Public Health, our distinguished guests, and the faculty of the school. I ask that you hold your applause until all have been introduced. In the first row, starting on my right, Dr. Julie Morita, Commissioner of the Chicago Department of Public Health. Patrick Fitzgerald, Trustee of the University of Illinois. Dr. Michael Amaritas, Chancellor of the University of Illinois at Chicago. Dr. Laura Lee Junker, Associate Dean of the Graduate College. Dr. Terry Mason, Chief Operating Officer, Cook County Department of Public Health. Dr. Jesus Ramirez-Valles, Division Director and Professor of Community Health Sciences. Dr. Samuel Dorovich, Division Director and Professor of Environmental and Occupational Health Sciences. Dr. Ronald Hirschau, Division Director and Professor of Epidemiology and Biostatistics. And Dr. Lisa Powell, Division Director and Professor of Health Policy and Administration. Dr. Patrick Lenahan, Program Director for the DRPH and Clinical Associate Professor of Community Health Sciences. And Dr. Karen Opasich, Assistant Dean for Undergraduate Public Health and Clinical Associate Professor in Health Policy and Administration. And Richard Sewell, Associate Dean for Community and Public Health Practice and Assistant Professor in Health Policy and Administration. In the second row, starting on my right, Susan Altfeld, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs. Dr. Nadine Peacock, Associate Dean for Diversity and Inclusion. Dr. Jerry Donnenberg, Associate Dean for Research. Tamara Josserin, Assistant Dean for Advancement. Dr. Joseph Zanoni, Research Assistant Professor. Dr. Karen Peters, Clinical Assistant Professor. Dr. Crizel Torres, Vice President of the UIC School of Public Health Alumni Association. Ms. Avielle Bailey, MPH Graduate in Health Policy Administration and President of the Public Health Student Association. And Dr. Alina Flores, the 2016 graduate of the Doctor of Public Health program and this year's Donaldson Award winner. And our student marshals for today's ceremony, Kara Baskin and Darlene Nolasco Magana. Please welcome our platform guests. Seated in the audience are many distinguished alumni from the School of Public Health, and we are thrilled that you're here to celebrate with us today. We're also delighted today to have distinguished members of the public health profession in our audience. Welcome to all our distinguished public health practitioners. On behalf of the faculty and staff of the University of Illinois at Chicago School of Public Health, it's my pleasure to welcome our distinguished guests, our alumni, the family and friends of our graduates, and our graduates. Our school's population reaches far beyond the Chicago area. We have a vibrant group of online students, each of whom are poised to use their public health degrees to make a difference throughout the world. To our online graduates and any of our graduates who could not join us here today, congratulations. We honor you and know that you are with us in spirit. I would like to speak to the families of our graduates now. You must be very proud, as we are, of the achievements of our graduates whom we honor today. We know that they would not be here today without your support, and so we would like to acknowledge your contributions as well. Would all the parents of our graduates please rise so that we may honor you? Please be seated. Would all the spouses, significant others, and the children of our graduates please rise so that we may honor you? Thank you. And it goes without saying that graduates would not be here today without the efforts of the school faculty and academic staff. Would the faculty and academic staff please rise to be honored? At this time, I would like to invite our honored guests to the podium to give their welcome. It's my privilege to welcome Mr. Patrick Fitzgerald, a member of the University of Illinois Board of Trustees, to the 2017 UIC School of Public Health Commencement. Mr. Fitzgerald earned his Doctor of Jurisprudence from Harvard University before becoming one of America's preeminent attorneys. After working in private practice, Mr. Fitzgerald became an assistant U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York. In 2001, he began service as the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Illinois. He has earned numerous awards and honors for his legal practice. He has been awarded the Attorney General's Award for Distinguished Service and the Justice John Paul Stevens Award from the Chicago Bar Association. In addition, he has been named Lawyer of the Year and one of the 100 most influential lawyers in America by the National Law Journal, as well as one of the best lawyers of America in 2014. Please join me in welcoming University of Illinois Trustee Patrick Fitzgerald.
Thank you. I will keep my remarks brief on behalf of the trustees, recognizing I stand between you and a commencement speaker, you and a degree, and you and a celebration. But on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I want to first congratulate all the students on what they have accomplished. You are about to graduate from the only fully accredited school of public health in the state, a school with a proud 45-year history of improving public health, and that's a great thing to have accomplished. I'd also like to take this time to thank you in advance for what you will do in the future. Public health is important. Public health has always been important, but it seems to be especially important today. You can't pick up the paper and not read about important issues and policy debates, and what we do in the area of public health shapes the futures of all of us. And understanding how you are all proud to graduate and should be proud to graduate, you head out into the real world where you'll make a difference, and I thank you in advance for that. I note that one of the things that people can overlook is how important the concept of public health is. I note that one of the great things that people have focused on among many issues in the School of Public Health is gun violence. And I can tell you as a prosecutor, I quickly understood that the issue of gun violence was not a law enforcement problem, not a pure law enforcement problem, and not a problem we were going to solve by just arresting people. We needed thoughtful people to look at a complex issue and take it apart and find solutions. And in looking at a world of public health which goes well beyond gun violence and the need for people who are thoughtful, who are going to go about tackling important issues, I'm standing in a room full of them and fully appreciate that. And the other thing I'd like to point out to you, I think it can be taken for granted sometimes. Everyone in this room is committed to public service for public health. So you may not think you stand out from the person sitting next to you on your right or left, but you do stand out in the world. Public service is a great service, and the fact that all of you have worked so hard to enable yourself to go out and make the world better around you is a credit to who you are, how you were raised, and who taught you. And I hope you all appreciate that, and people don't thank public servants enough. So on behalf of the trustees, I'd like to say that we're very, very grateful to the faculty who taught you, but very, very proud and grateful to the students who've gone through a program to contribute to society. And lastly, I'd like to welcome you to the University of Illinois' alumni group that is now 700,000 strong for a school that is 150 years old as a university. And all I can tell you is that the University of Illinois has a proud tradition that you are about to make prouder. So thank you, and congratulations.
I now have the distinct honor of introducing Michael Amaritis, Chancellor of the University of Illinois at Chicago. Michael Amaritis became the 9th Chancellor of the University of Illinois at Chicago on March 16, 2015. His priorities for the university include a strengthened focus on our student experience, a stronger engagement with Chicago's business community and nonprofit organizations, greater efforts to showcase UIC's research portfolio, and the development of new, more entrepreneurial operating model for the university. These priorities are now part of the UIC's strategic plan. Please welcome Chancellor Amaritis.
Thank you, Dean Conroy, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the University of Illinois at Chicago Spring Commencement Ceremonies. And I say ceremonies in the plural. I know this is the only ceremony that you care about, but we have 13 of them within a 72-hour window. So if you see me disappearing quietly after we confer the degrees, you know where I'm heading. I'm heading to the next one. We have a great class of 2017 from the School of Public Health to present to you today. However, I have to tell you, watching so far, I have started doubting that this is the case. You see, I expect the family and the friends who know that these are great graduates, that they would clap more loudly, They would cheer more loudly, they would shout more loudly. In other words, they would exhibit more intense emotions today. So unless you think that this is a so-so kind of class, please join me as I say, congratulations, class of 2017. Dean Conroy, that's a decent improvement. We still have some way to go, but I'll take it for the time being. I would like to thank the families, mothers, fathers, siblings, grandparents, spouses, children, aunts, uncles, cousins, nephews, nieces, neighbors, friends, whoever you are. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for being here to celebrate with our students, but more importantly, thank you for the support that you provided to the students during their journey at UIC. And of course, I want to thank your professors. I want to thank your mentors and advisors, faculty members, and also the staff of the University of Illinois at Chicago and the staff of the School of Public Health. They are the ones who pushed you when it seemed you couldn't take one more step and then help you stand up and face the challenges. A big thank you to the faculty that they're sitting in front of you and they're sitting behind me. Please join me in thanking the faculty. Well, this is it. You made it. And you made it together with your classmates. You made it together with your friends and teammates, the people who supported each other, worked together, shared projects and notes, and I keep saying this every year, hopefully not during the exams, and kept each other awake, sometimes during all-night study sessions, and we have to admit sometimes in the classroom you kept each other awake. You're all here today. And I hope you have plans for a great party tonight. You can take the evening off tonight, but please remember that the rest of your lives start at 7 a.m. sharp tomorrow morning. I mean what I say about tomorrow morning, because as I look at all of you today, beside of a lot of big smiles that I see in the audience, I see the millennial generation grown up and ready to take the world in different directions. And my hope is that this starts tomorrow morning because the world needs to move to different directions. I know some of you may be pre-millennials, but if you hang in with these guys for the last 2 or 3 or 4 years, then I can count you all together in what I would call the internet generation that we're having in front of us. Because frankly, this is the generation that grew up, were born and grew up with the internet and all the technological side effects of the internet affecting every aspect of your lives. You're the most technologically driven generation in history, and you're connected in ways impossible to have imagined even a generation ago. Consider these facts, real facts. We're not dealing with alternative facts at UIC. You have the highest average number of Facebook friends. I have 3, and they're all members of my family, right? 60% of you are regularly posting selfies in the internet. From my generation, there are around 20 or 30 people who regularly post selfies in the internet in the entire world, and we're looking for them because they need help. And you send, the millennials send, on average, 50 texts a day. Really? I mean, what do you have to say in 50 texts a day? And I'm not even going to go down the Twitter path. In fact, I hear that some elderly people, more older than I am, are tweeting about official business in the middle of the night. Really? But joking aside, the important thing that is you know how to adjust readily to new programs, systems, and devices, and you perform computer-based tasks more quickly than anyone over the age of 40. And although some may believe that multitasking is not the most effective way to work, your generation is proving these people wrong. And your comfort with social media means that you are very good at promoting your skills and making both personal and professional connections using technology to overcome traditional barriers. But my hope in you is not placed only based on your technological skills. More importantly, I believe that you are the most optimistic generation that we have seen in decades. You see a world of possibilities, and you hate labels. You are not stuck on labels. In fact, 50% of millennials consider themselves in this country politically unaffiliated. This doesn't mean apolitical. It means that they don't want to be affiliated with certain parties because they are open-minded and they want to consider a wider range of ideas. You have a healthy skepticism, and you're not afraid to ask questions. And where the baby boomers were famous for saying, don't trust anyone over 30, your skepticism is not rooted in age, it is rooted in ability and knowledge. Also, 20% of your generation have at least one immigrant in their immediate family. This is across the country. In Chicago, multiply this by 3 or 4. And as the most ethnically diverse generation, millennials are much more accepting of differences. And your inclusion of members of other religious, racial, gender, or sexual orientation groups means that you support now and you will continue to support in the future institutions and laws that promote social and economic equality. So when I add all of this up, what I see in front of me today is the most diverse generation in our history, the most technologically connected generation in our history, and one of the most passionate generations about the values of equality and justice. And here is your challenge. The enlightened and inclusive views that define your search of right and wrong will only progress if you make your voices heard and your actions felt. Your generation has already proven that you can rally behind the important causes, and I hope that civic engagement becomes your hallmark. Civic engagement, by the way, does not start and end at the polls every 2 or 4 years. Civic engagement means working to make a difference in the life of our communities and developing the combination of knowledge, skills, values, and motivation to make that difference a reality. Civic engagement means promoting the quality of life through political and non-political processes. It means building, revitalizing, and investing in communities. And it means listening to all voices and frequently speaking for those who may have been silenced in the process. I'm confident that armed with your university education and your own values and principles, you are by now ready to put yourselves at the forefront of our future. This is, after all, the tradition and legacy of the UIC graduates. And I hope you will start doing this at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. On behalf of the University of Illinois at Chicago, I promise you that we will always be your university and we will continue to support you. Like you, we will continue to grow in strength and reputation, and we will enhance in the process the value of your degrees. We will make you proud the same way that you make us proud today. After all, the greatness of a university is in big part the sum of its alumni, and today you're becoming part of that equation. And please remember to share your future accomplishments. Come back and visit, come back and see your faculty mentors again, and mentor the students who follow in your own footsteps. Go out and tell the world about your accomplishments, and go out and tell the world about your alma mater. By now, you're the greatest ambassadors that UIC can have. Congratulations, class of 2017, and Godspeed.
Thank you, Chancellor Emeritus. Now it is my great privilege to welcome our distinguished keynote speaker, Dr. Julie Morita, to the 2017 UIC School of Public Health Commencement. A graduate of the UIC College of Medicine, Dr. Morita has previously worked in private practice and as an epidemic intelligence officer for the Centers for Disease Control. Dr. Morita then joined the Chicago Department of Public Health to serve as Chief Medical Officer. In that role, she led the city's response to the pandemic influenza outbreak, where she developed a system to distribute more than 1 million doses of vaccine across the city, as well as the city's efforts to prevent the introduction and spread of the Ebola virus. In 2015, Dr. Morita was appointed Commissioner of the Chicago Department of Public Health. Under her leadership, CDPH has developed and launched Healthy Chicago 2.0, a 4-year plan to assure health equity by addressing the social determinants of health. In addition, CDPH led efforts to pass several tobacco prevention initiatives, including raising the age for purchasing tobacco products to 21 years. This January, Dr. Morita was integral in forming a 10-year progressive partnership between CDPH and the UIC School of Public Health. This partnership will form the first academic health department aimed at improving public health in Chicago. Early goals of the academic health department include facilitating collaboration on educational programs for students and public health workers, fostering collaborative research and grant opportunities, and forming a sustainable infrastructure for project implementation. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Julie Morita.
Good afternoon. Chancellor Morita, Trustee Fitzgerald, Dean Conroy, and former Dean Brandt Ralph, thank you for inviting me to speak at this momentous occasion. It's an honor to be here, both as a Chicago native, a UIC alumna, and especially because the Chicago Department of Public Health established our first academic health department agreement with the University of Illinois School of Public Health earlier this year. In the next 10 minutes, or maybe 11, I'm going to do 4 things. I will congratulate you, I will thank you and your loved ones, and I will share a personal story with you, and most of all, I hope to inspire you. So let's get started. You made it, and that's really a big deal. It wasn't easy, it wasn't always fun, and many of you managed your classes, your capstone projects, and long commutes, in addition to holding jobs, raising families, and being active in your communities. Congratulations. Now I want to thank you for choosing a public health career. Public health needs a strong workforce, ready to tackle emerging and re-emerging threats like Zika virus and the heroin crisis, along with health disparities in life expectancy, HIV, and infant mortality, which continue to plague our city, our state, and our nation. Thank you for stepping forward to address these challenges. We need your help. To your family members and friends, thank you too for your support emotionally, physically, and maybe financially. When I was first asked to speak, I wondered what could I say to you, the students, soon to be graduates, you haven't already learned. After several hours of perusing great speeches and reviewing hundreds of platitudes, I decided to tell you about my family's history as Japanese immigrants and what that experience has taught me. My parents came to Chicago as children. They didn't know each other at the time. They both emigrated here from Idaho, where they had been detained in a Japanese internment camp during World War II. My father spent his first 13 years on an apple orchard in Oregon, along with his parents and his 8 brothers and sisters. My mother spent her first 9 years in Seattle with her 2 siblings, where her parents managed a grocery store. After the bombing of Pearl Harbor, Executive Order 9066, fueled by public fears, required that Japanese Americans in California, Oregon, and Washington be relocated and detained in camps far enough away from the coast to keep them from aiding and abetting the enemy. Within a couple of months of signing the executive order, my parents and their families lost their homes, farm, grocery store, and friends. They were uprooted and interned in an arid region in south central Idaho. They lived in barracks with their families and shared communal meals with thousands of other internees. The adults worked on irrigation projects and farmed, and the children attended makeshift schools. To be released from camps, Japanese Americans were given the option to emigrate to Chicago. Not wanting to raise their children behind barbed wire fences, both sets of my grandparents moved to Chicago with little more than clothes on their back and in their hands. I tell you this story today not to cast a dark and gloomy shadow on this auspicious and celebratory day, but to highlight a few examples of kind, generous, and brave people who had the strength, conviction, and desire to fight the humiliation and injustice that my grandparents, parents, aunts and uncles, and thousands of other Japanese Americans experienced as a result of a federal policy. After the bombing of Pearl Harbor, my parents felt like everyone in the US hated them and feared them. However, in camp, they met many people, both Japanese Americans and others, who ignored the concerns and protests of government officials and neighbors and reached out to them for their help. Although my parents rarely talk about their camp experiences, after a 2011 visit to Minidoka Camp in Idaho, my dad remembered a local farmer hiring him and several other young men and boys from the camp to harvest potatoes. My dad recalled feeling a renewed sense of self-worth after receiving a payment for his work, enjoying the freedom of riding in the back of a pickup truck outside of the barbed wire fences, and most nostalgically, he recalled having a bit of fun throwing potatoes at mailbox targets along the road. Beyond the support of individuals, the Religious Society of Friends, also known as Quakers, visited Japanese Americans, first in their homes and later in the camps, to provide moral support. They spoke publicly about the situation and collected food for hungry families. But more importantly, they helped resettle approximately 4,000 college students at more than 600 institutions of higher learning, helping these young people find their way out of the desolate camps and into welcoming academic institutions where they were supported in their pursuit of knowledge and skills. My Uncle Walter was one of those lucky 4,000 students. Because of the Quakers' efforts, he was able to enroll in and graduate from Haverford College in Pennsylvania, and then went on to become an internationally renowned nuclear physicist. Sometimes the best response to a bad hand is to win. In order to leave the camps, my grandparents had to secure employment in Chicago. Despite prejudice and fear among many Chicago businesses and their employees, my grandparents and parents were able to leave the camps because Wrap-On Tools and Edgewater Beach Hotel recognized them as law-abiding, hard-working individuals who deserved a chance. Appreciative of this help and determined to disprove common misconceptions, my grandparents worked hard, established themselves as valuable, dependable, and loyal employees, and challenged their children to make the most of the opportunities available to them in Chicago. Because of their support of their families, their communities, and many brave individuals, organizations, and companies, my parents thrived. They finished high school in Chicago and went to college. My dad even joined the Army and then went to dental school paid by the GI Bill. The farmer and his family, the Quakers, Wrap-On Tools and Edgewater Beach Hotel took chances on my family. They had the courage to act. They believed in justice, humanity, and equality. They had the courage to make their community and their country better for all people, in spite of what those in power at the time believed. For that, I'm eternally grateful. Have you ever wondered if you would be strong enough to do the right thing when the majority around you do not agree? By choosing the public health field as a profession, you and I have stepped forward and accepted the responsibility to identify existing and emerging unjust, inhuman, and unequal policies, systems, and environments that affect health, and to create solutions to address them. Earlier this year, I was proud to stand with Mayor Rahm Emanuel when he reminded the public that Chicago is a sanctuary city. I was proud to remind my clinic staff and our contracted agencies that we are committed to continuing to provide services regardless of our clients' immigration status, and that we will do whatever we can to protect them from discrimination and deportation. And last year, the Chicago Department of Public Health launched Healthy Chicago 2.0, a 4-year plan focused on improving health by directing resources to those in greatest need, by addressing the root causes of poor health, including economic development, housing, transportation, education, and yes, discrimination. This plan requires traditional and non-traditional health partners to combine forces to make bigger, deeper change together. Public health is not the responsibility of government alone. It is the responsibility of all of us. The recently signed Chicago Department of Public Health UIC School of Public Health agreement is a great example of the type of partnerships that we are forging to assure that we accomplish what we set out to do. This partnership will allow CDPH staff and UIC staff and students to share resources, knowledge, and expertise to assure that our work is addressing the public health issues of greatest importance in the areas of greatest need. Now, back to my history lesson. In 1988, more than 40 years after my family was interned, President Reagan signed the Civil Liberties Act to compensate people of Japanese descent who were incarcerated in internment camps. The legislation offered a formal apology and paid out $20,000 to each surviving victim. Those who supported this act were motivated less by the financial compensation and more by the need for the US government to acknowledge the mistake and to prevent it from being repeated again. And now, as Muslims and members of other religious groups, and immigrants from Mexico and other places are being targeted by unfounded prejudice and hatred, it's important to share my family's experience, to make sure that people are aware of the violation of civil rights and inhumanity that can occur when people stay silent, and to make sure that this type of injustice does not occur again. You are here because you worked hard. You are here because you want to make a difference. You are here because you believe in justice, humanity, and equality. But you're also here today because of the hard work of those who stand here with you today. Before you walk across the stage to accept your diploma, take a moment to be proud of your work and your accomplishments. But also take a moment to look at your classmates, your friends, your family, and your professors to now acknowledge their support and their contributions to your life. Remember that you needed their help to make it today, and we all need each other's help to make it to tomorrow. With your new bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree in public health, you have a set of tools that uniquely position you to make a real difference. And together, we must focus our work on justice, humanity, equity, and health so that everyone has the opportunity to live and to thrive. Now let's get to work. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Morita. Please accept this token of appreciation for your inspiring words and for your work in our field. If I could ask Dr. Emeritus to go to the other podium. Now we would like to ask our degree candidates to please rise. Chancellor Emeritus, upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the vote of the Senate, I have the honor to present the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy. You're all supposed to be standing.
Yeah, if you want a degree, now is the time to get up.
Sorry. I have the honor to present the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Public Health, Master of Public Health, Master of Science, Master of Healthcare Administration, and Bachelor of Arts.
Upon these recommendations and by the authority of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the doctoral, master's, and bachelor degrees for which you have been presented and admit you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of your degrees. Congratulations to all of you.
Graduates may now be seated. At this time, we would like to honor each of our graduates. During the ceremony, you will notice some of our graduates wearing black and salmon stoles. We honor these graduates as members of the Delta Omega Society, the Honorary Society in Public Health. University honors recognize the college's graduating seniors with high academic achievements. Summa cum laude, which is a grade point average of 3.9 or more, magna cum laude, which is a grade point average of 3.75 to 3.89, and cum laude, grade point averages of 3.5 to 3.74. These students are recognized with gold, silver, and bronze honor cords, respectively. The President's Award scholars are wearing red cords. Dean Sewell, please take your position at the podium.
On behalf of the faculty and staff of the UIC School of Public Health, it is my great pleasure and honor to introduce our 2017 graduating class. Will the Community Health Sciences graduates please rise and approach the stage? Upon returning to your seats, please remain standing in order to be recognized as a group. They have the cards. That's right. I knew that. For the Doctor of Philosophy degree, Rachel Dombrowski. Dr. Dombrowski's dissertation title is Corner Stores as Community-Based Enterprises for Health Promotion, a Qualitative Case Study. Her advisor is Dr. Michelle Kelly. For the Doctor of Philosophy degree, Vida Henderson. Dr. Henderson's dissertation title is Psychological Well-Being and Well Woman Visit Use in Midlife African American Women. Her advisor is Dr. Arden Handler. For the Doctor of Philosophy degree, Patricia Groth. Dr. Groth's dissertation title is The Role of Health Beliefs in Adherence to Diabetes Eye Exams in Black African American Adults. And her advisor, yes. Thank you. It's all right. And now for the Master of Public Health degree, Fatima Abedimi Abioye. Jasmine Ashley Barnes. Andrew Brown. Muga Chavda. Karen Davis. Allison Delgado. Andrew DeMott. Sydney Fouché. Angela Freeman. Cynthia Hall. Marcela Hernandez. That's pretty. DeMonica Jones. Lauren Kirby. Emily Letts. Catherine Lindsay. Jamesetta Mator. Leslie McDavid. Maureen McDonald. Kirby McKinnon. Richard P. Payton. Stephanie Santz. Aaron Seeger. Lauren Suchi. Walter Swift. Alessandra Torres. Eva Urbatite. Javiette Wilson. Janine Solomon. Aaron Moss. Honored guests, families, and friends, let us congratulate this year's outstanding graduates in community health sciences. Graduates may now be seated. Will the environmental and occupational health sciences graduates please rise and approach the stage? Upon returning to your seats, please remain standing in order to be recognized as a group. For the Doctor of Philosophy degree, Kathleen Jane Kennedy. Dr. Kennedy's dissertation title is Occupational Exposure Reconstruction for Tungsten Carbide Manufacturing Workers. Her advisor is Nurtan Esman. Sitembile Mabila. Dr. Mabila's dissertation title is Lung Disease in South African and United States Miners. Her advisor is Lee Friedman. Matthew Schmitz. Dr. Schmidt's dissertation title is Serum KIFSA 5A, KIF 18A, and P53 autoantibodies as potential biomarkers of asbestos exposure and disease. His advisor is Dr. Paul Brandt Roth. Now for the Master of Public Health degrees, Yu Min Su. Dr. Safiat Amua. Eric Cuevas. Eric Dangoy. Ibrahim Algebra. Martin Flores. Kenyelle D. Gaston. Muzit Gebratise. Mary J. Gelder. Idris Shokunbi Habib. Agnes Kalat. Olusegun Larinde. Patricia Ann Lastly. Esalosa Omar. Tanya Rojas. Jonathan Stawicki. Zuin Shah. Blair Davis. Honored guests, families, and friends, let us congratulate this year's outstanding graduates in environmental and occupational health sciences. Graduates may now be seated. Will the epidemiology and biostatistics graduates please rise and approach the stage? Upon returning to your seats, please remain standing in order to be recognized as a group. Catherine Brewer for the Doctor of Philosophy degree. Dr. Brewer's dissertation title is Racial and Gender Disparities in Colon Cancer Presentation and Stage at Diagnosis. Her advisor is Garth Rauscher. Brian Joyce. Dr. Joyce's dissertation title is MicroRNA Processing Gene Methylation and Cancer Risk in the Normative Aging Study. Dr. Joyce's advisor is Garth Rauscher. Jacob Kresovich. The dissertation title for Dr. Kresovich is Assessment of Breast Cancer Development and Aggression with Heavy Metal Exposures in Illinois. His advisor is Garth Rauscher. Yeah. Wait a minute. Kathy Tosas Mulligan Rodriguez. Her dissertation title is The Influence of High Mammographic Density on Breast Cancer Risk. The advisor is Garth Rauscher. Yanbo Song. Dr. Song's dissertation title is Sample Size Determination for High-Dimensional Neuroimaging Studies Controlling False Discovery Rate. The advisor is Dule Bomik. For the Master of Public Health degree, Fangda Fan. And for the Master of Science degree, Kimberly Lynn Colums. I think that last one was too. Yeah. And for the Master of Science degree, Samantha Marinello. Master of Science degree, Hai M. Gwyn. For the Master of Science degree, Derek Shee. For the Master of Science degree, Nina Sardanovic. For the Master of Science degree, Caitlin Zump. Now for the Master of Public Health degree, Angel Abraham. Peggy Sue Batterton. Matthew Brenner Jedwabanik. Christine Sheehan. Elizabeth May Daubert. Lisa Yip. Matthew Dory. Tessa Lauren Fisher. Stephanie Furlan. Ariel Greco. Shreya Gupta. Stephen Hall. Xiao Qing Huang. Kratika Kumanan. Anjana Maheshwaran. Noor Malik. Harika Mati. Mary Otu. Christina Ravetsky. Brett Ritson. Amanda Sackett. Gayatri Sanku. Mary Denise Schiff. Gino Soni. Allison L. Stinson. Lindsay Trujillo. Catherine Viverito. Michael Wesolowski. David Worth. Honored guests, families, and friends, let us congratulate this year's outstanding graduates in epidemiology and biostatistics. Graduates may now be seated. Will the health policy and administration graduates please rise and approach the stage? Upon returning to your seats, please remain standing in order to be recognized as a group. For the Doctor of Philosophy degree, Nancy Headland. Dr. Headland's dissertation title is Impact of Drug Shortages on Patient Treatment and Survival, the Case of Cytaberine and AML Leukemia. Her advisor is Dr. Lisa Powell. Ping G. Dr. G's dissertation title is Risk Behaviors for Domestic Foodborne Diseases Among People Living with HIV in Beijing. Her advisor is Judith Levy. Ming Jia. Dr. Jia's dissertation title is Information Exposure to HIV Testing Technologies and Testing Intentions Among Undergraduates in Beijing. Her advisor is Judith Levy. Eric Umar. Dr. Umar's dissertation title is ART Adherence Among Adolescents and Young People Living with HIV in Malawi, a Conditional Process Analysis. His advisor is Judith Levy. Walter Ochien. Dr. Ochien's dissertation title is Household Health Responses to the Introduction of Highly Active Antiretroviral Therapy in Kenya. His advisor is Anthony Losasso. For the Master of Healthcare Administration degree, Janine Abdel-Rahman. Robert M. Aducci. Doris O'Farrell. Marianne Bolis. Lawrence S. Chan. Puneet Chowdhury. Kyle Coates. Rebecca Covarrubias. Simone Crivellaro. Magali Deshmukh. Navsheen Grayval. Jeffrey L. D. Grizel. Anand Kumar. Ashley Lee. Javier Lopez. Nazia Miftakova. Munoz. And it's Karina. Karina Munoz. Shireen Dalal Nanavati. Tim Miller. Was that the MPH? Is this the MHA or the MPH? Okay. Greg King. Tom Shamburik. Carissa Panic. Raven Patterson. Mark Potter. Radhe Ravel. Haider Rizi. Colleen Roach. Jasmine Rogers. Mark Rosenblatt. Amy Sagan. Veronica Shubin. Thomas Jersey Schmelter. Morgan Lee Trump. Usha Raj. Karen Aguirre. This is for the Master of Public Health. Shilpa Bhavikate. Rebecca Charles. Tara Clark. Miranda Ray Crowell. Danielle Gaevsky. Blake Sterling Glob. Garrett Griffith. Trista Gunderman. Joseph Huang. Amy Ignacio. Natalie Isho. Nicole Ashley Laramie. Corey Marr. Meghana Menon. Anitha Nageli. Pinkle Patel. Lindsay Pearl. Douglas Rodden. Asan Rashid. Nicole Sammartino. Kimmin Southern. Stephanie Sukarito. Jessica Sykes. Eula Tatanko. Ariel Trocino. Stacy Lynn Vanderjack. Daniel Vajnika. Alexandra Aguilar. Douglas Lambie. Aviel Bailey. Honored guests, families, and friends, let us congratulate this year's outstanding graduates in health policy and administration. Graduates may now be seated. Will the Doctor of Public Health graduates please rise and approach the stage? Upon returning to your seats, please remain standing in order to be recognized as a group. These are all Doctor of Public Health graduates. Rosalind Bell. Dr. Bell's dissertation title is Growing a Health Ministry in an African American Church, a Developmental Evaluation Case Study. Her advisor is Eve Pinsker. Fagala Jacobs. Dr. Jacobs' dissertation title is Community Health Workers in the Community Health Center Context, Approaches in the Pacific Northwest. Her advisor is Eve Pinsker. Alina L. Flores. Dr. Flores' dissertation title is Leadership Development, Transitioning Scientists into Non-Technical Leadership Roles. Her advisor is Christina Risley. Kevin Kovach. Dr. Kovach's dissertation title is Collaboration between Local Health Departments and Schools and Programs of Public Health. His advisor is Christina Welter. Jeffrey Waddy. Dr. Waddy's dissertation title is An Action Research Approach to Expand the Roles of Community Health Workers in Illinois. His advisor is Joseph Zanoni. Honored guests, families, and friends, let us congratulate this year's outstanding graduates for the Doctor of Public Health. Graduates may now be seated. Will the Bachelor of Arts graduates please rise and approach the stage? Upon returning to your seats, please remain standing in order to be recognized as a group. Rana Abu-Ramnan. Gregory Ajayi. Andrew Alonso. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. Salome Bahani. Anissa Bravo. Barbara L. Brown. Gianna Carroza. Roberto Diaz. Lauren Doss. James Esparza. Vicky Garcia. Difna Gassara. Yeah. Kate Marie Gilday. Amanda Goldstein. Ina Gonzalez. Angelie Henry. Pershana Jackson. Salwa Jamil. Rodney Johnson. Mercedes Kirby. Catherine Koo. Elise Lee. Quina Liu. Quina is the recipient of the Public Health Promise Award, honoring one baccalaureate student for exemplary academic performance, community engagement, and leadership. Mary Mamoka. Dorothy Manuel. Doha Mohammed. Okay. Leslie Bensama Doga. Melissa Nunez. Nish Patel. Gabriela Pina. Ryan Saltzman. Anmol Sanghera. Farouk Sarumi. Drumil Shaw. Wesma Siddiqui. Sahin Tashon. Athel Thompson. Mallory Traver. Sarah Vergara. Charnel Watson. Honored guests, families, and friends, let us congratulate this year's outstanding graduates for the Bachelor of Arts in Public Health. Graduates, you may now move your tassels from the right to the left. And you may be seated.
Congratulations to all our graduates and their families. One more round of applause for everybody. It's my pleasure to invite the School of Public Health Alumni Board Vice President, Dr. Grizel Torres, to the podium to welcome our new graduates into the Alumni Association.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Grizel Torres, and I'm the Vice President of the SPH Alumni Board. First of all, congratulations. I am so pleased to welcome you and your family to the status of graduates in the very proud, loyal, and global University of Illinois at Chicago. I apologize if you've heard this before, but it truly bears repeating. UIC alumni cover the globe. Nearly 200,000 UIC graduates live and work throughout the world, in every state of the nation and in more than 100 countries. Your local network is strengthened by nearly 500,000 alumni from the other University of Illinois campuses. You represent all that is good about the university. Your accomplishments as students, your future achievements, the values by which you live will reflect upon the education you received here at UIC. Much of what the public will read, hear, think, and believe about our alma mater will largely be based upon our actions, our successes, and our good deeds. So I'm not just here to make you feel awesome about graduating from UIC, although you should, but to indoctrinate you into the UIC SPH alumni family. You will always be part of the family, but there are several things that you can do to increase your status in this family. The first thing you can do, and it's super easy, is to display your diploma in a very highly visible area and let everyone see it. Okay? Let everyone know, your UIC and School of Public Health connection. Next, you can maintain your relationship with your classmates, now your alumni family, and of course your professors. These relationships will help you stay connected to UIC and can help you when you're looking for a job or offer much needed mentorship. Furthermore, you can attend the alumni events, such as the Healthy Spirits that is especially focused on our new grads and will be held this Thursday, May 11th at the Plymouth Rooftop Bar. Another easy task is to keep the school updated about your professional progress by connecting with the School of Public Health on our LinkedIn. Additionally, you can join our recent graduate board, a committee of alumni board members where you may be given an opportunity to gain some valuable leadership skills. So you see, there are many ways to stay engaged in the alumni family, and I encourage you to do at least one. As a token of our pride in your accomplishments, you will find a gift from the School of Public Health Alumni Association beneath your seats. With it, you will find your invitation to the special edition of Healthy Spirits, our alumni networking happy hour held in your honor on May 11th that I mentioned earlier. I hope you will join us. You can look underneath the seats and find your little swags. I leave you with this thought that your work at and for UIC and the School of Public Health does not end today, but shall continue throughout your life. Go forth, class of 2017, and make this world a better one for us all. Congratulations again.
Each year, the school presents awards to honor excellence in teaching. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce Aviel Bailey, President of the Public Health Student Association, to present the 2017 Silver Circle Award and the 2017 Bernard H. Baum Golden Apple Awards.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor to be here to present this year's Teaching Awards for the School of Public Health. We start with the Silver Circle Award. Great teachers are the heart of a great university. The University of Illinois at Chicago annually recognizes and honors its great teachers. Recipients of the Silver Circle Award are selected by our students. With this honor, the students of UIC honor those who have taught us with distinction. I'm honored to present the Silver Circle Award to the following distinguished members of the faculty. Please join me in applauding the 2017 Silver Circle Award co-recipients, Dr. Joseph Zanoni and Professor Joshua Prodowski. Professor Prodowski could not attend today, but asked that Dr. Zanoni accept on his behalf. Thank you, Dr. Zanoni. The Bernard H. Baum Golden Apple Award is given once each school year, to a UIC School of Public Health faculty member to recognize their outstanding teaching and exemplary service to students. The award's namesake, Dr. Bernard Baum, was a founder of SPH. He served as professor and division chair, was a decorated general in the Army Reserves, and served as a mentor to 3 generations of students and faculty. Dr. Baum was a champion of peace and human dignity, but foremost, he was a teacher. Dr. Baum encouraged faculty to become not only productive scholars, but also teachers who taught well. Selected from our extraordinary field of talented faculty nominees, this year Bernard Baum Golden Apple Award recipients are Dr. Samuel Dorvich and Dr. Karen Peters. Thank you, Dr. Dorvich and Dr. Peters.
It's my pleasure to invite Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, Dr. Susan Altfeld, to the podium to introduce this year's Donaldson Award recipient and the 2017 class speaker.
I'm honored to introduce the 2017 Alan W. Donaldson Award winner, Dr. Alina Flores. Dr. Flores graduated from the DRPH program in Public Health Leadership last summer and received her degree this afternoon. She's a health scientist in the Prevention Research and Translation branch at the National Center on Birth Defects and Developmental Disabilities. Dr. Flores has worked with the CDC since 2001, where she focuses on birth defects prevention at national and global levels. Last year, Alina served as the co-team leader of the Zika virus response team in Colombia, where she led the development of the integration plan for Zika response activities. Her work to stem the transmission of Zika went above and beyond her daily CDC work. Dr. Flores is often called on by CDC leadership because of her commitment to the cause, strong work ethic, and leadership abilities. In the DRPH program, Dr. Flores focused her research on supporting public health scientists in transitions to non-technical leadership roles at the CDC. Dr. Flores was able to develop a comprehensive conceptual model documenting a wide range of factors critical for such a transition. She's actively contributing to the practice base of evidence focused on cultivating a culture of leadership in the field of public health. Dr. Flores has committed herself to improving public health, to academic rigor, and to scholarship, and the leadership development of a workforce committed to improved population health and to well-being. It's my privilege to introduce you to this year's Donaldson Award recipient, Dr. Alina Flores.
To meet this Alina Flores. So thank you, Chancellor Emeritus, Trustee Fitzgerald, esteemed faculty, colleagues, family, friends, and the graduates of 2017. I am excited and honored to have the opportunity to speak with you this afternoon. Today is a long-awaited day that really seemed like it would never arrive, and now that it's here, it really still seems a bit unreal. I thought a great deal about how to frame my talk today and decided there was really nothing more that I know better than my own experience in public health. Besides having been a student for the past few years, being a mom and wife, daughter, and sibling, I'm also a scientist with the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or CDC, a place I've called my second home for almost 16 years. When I started UIC, I was acting as a team leader at CDC. I had volunteered to step into this role after it was left vacant, thinking that it would only be a few months before a new person was hired, but as things go in the world of public health, I was in that acting role on and off for about 3 years before I finally fully rotated off. The impetus was I started classes at UIC's DRPH program. The last day of my rotation, my supervisor pulled me aside and said, "Look down that hall. About 5 individuals sitting in those offices can walk out tomorrow and never come back." He was referring to their retirement eligibility. 5 of our group's top leaders were overdue their retirement. They had stayed on because they had some items to finish up, but could really choose to retire that same day. What would we do then? This opened my eyes to a new aspect of public health. Like most of my colleagues, up until that point, I had been singularly focused on what we had to do to ensure people's health and safety. But now a new objective materialized in my mind, one focused on what we as public health professionals have to do to ensure that we are building the next generation of public health leaders. I honestly don't remember discussing much, if anything, about public health leadership in my graduate MPH program. And for the record, I didn't complete my MPH program here at UIC. But we focused instead on really the discipline-specific topic areas, Epi 101, Stats 102, and so on. Perhaps this is how all graduate programs are. However, in hindsight, it would have been really important for us as students to understand the importance of being a leader, not only in our respective fields, but also at the organizational level. At CDC, as with many organizations, leadership is most often equated with where you are in the hierarchy ranks. Are you a lead? Are you a chief? A director? And what does being a leader actually mean? I learned so much from my time in the DRPH program, but really one of the most important things that I will always remember is that you can be a leader from any level, regardless of where you sit in an organization. So yes, those 5 individuals could have walked out the door that day into retirement bliss without a second look. But had they left a bridge? Had they laid down a trail of crumbs for others to follow? Had they developed those behind them to pick up the torch and continue on? Thankfully, in my branch, they had. I'm lucky to work in a branch that values leadership development at all levels, and coincidentally, my branch chief is a UIC grad. Our senior staff mentor others, pass on institutional memory, and allow their staff to make presentations at really important meetings while they stand in the background. There is a culture that emphasizes the importance of seeking personal and professional development opportunities, branching out and trying new roles, and going on deployments and rotations to learn new skills. New staff are encouraged to be leads on scientific papers and are made coordinators of national programs. There's support available for all should it be needed. In this way, in our small piece of the world, we are creating the next generation of public health leaders. For my dissertation, I interviewed CDC leaders who had transitioned from purely scientific roles into non-science roles that demanded new skill sets, things many of them had never done before in their careers. Yet they all had been successful in their transitions. So what was consistent among them all? They all had the opportunity to lead. They had leadership support, and they had the chance to put their skills into practice. They had been given the chance to be leaders within their teams. And when the time came for them to step into a leadership role at the broader organizational level, they succeeded. Their supervisors had valued their development. Their mentors had encouraged them to push themselves beyond their comfort zones, and they themselves were willing to take a chance. Of great importance was this last piece, to take a chance. These individuals had the initiative to take a chance and were willing to jump into unfamiliar waters. They cut their leadership teeth on these experiences, and it not only gave them more visibility and credibility within their own higher ups, but it gave them a level of self-confidence and self-efficacy to know that they could take on new roles and be successful. Many of you might be like me and have been working in the field of public health for a good bit of time already, while others among us might be embarking on our first foray into this world. The call to action presented to all of us is still the same. How can we become public health leaders from where we sit, and how can we help to develop those around us into public health leaders? In a time of shrinking public health budgets, a changing public health landscape, and being expected to do more with less, there is a growing need for public health professionals who can branch out of their discipline-specific boxes and be successful when thrown into situations that might be new or might be different. Take the initiative to try something new. Volunteer for activities that might be beyond your expertise or comfort zone, and be willing to branch out and embrace something different. As I worked on my dissertation, my DRPH chair and valuable mentor, Dr. Christina Risley, sitting up here, gave me a quote from Buddha that read, "You cannot travel the path until you become the path itself." I've reflected a great deal on that quote ever since. To me, it has meant that before I can talk the talk, I must walk the walk. I won't know what it's like to lead until I've actually led. And that can be leading from any level. So I must take that chance and be willing to do something new and something different. It might be uncomfortable, it might make me feel vulnerable, but it will also help me grow and broaden my experience as a public health professional. The 5 individuals whom my supervisor alluded to many years ago have all since retired. Each of them in their own way contributed to my growth as a public health leader. They all built bridges for me to cross, they left breadcrumbs for me to follow, and handed me a torch to light my way. As public health professionals, though, we must not only light the way for ourselves, but more importantly, we must hold the torch so that those behind us can see the path as well. Only then will we truly lead. Congratulations to all of you on your wonderful achievements, and I wish the best to you on your path to becoming the next generation of public health leaders. At this time, I invite the graduating class of 2017 to rise and join me in reading our school statement of values. They're found on page 5 of the School of Public Health, your Public Health Commencement supplemental booklet. Okay. We are a community of scholars, students, and staff dedicated to creating a healthy society. In achieving this goal, we are committed. Community, the basic unit of analysis for public health, enabling communities to address their own problems, share skills, lower barriers to action, and act as a catalyst for progress. To knowledge, the pursuit, development, and dissemination of which will improve the health of the public. To professionalism, acting with integrity and collegiality in learning, teaching, research, and public service. To stewardship of natural, human, and financial resources. To idealism, whether securely or spiritually motivated. To caring, promoting compassion for and action on behalf of others. To justice, whereby everyone is given access to the resources necessary to live a humane life and to fulfill his own full potential. To diversity, celebrating unique contributions to the fabric of our community. To respect for the members of this community and for those whom our efforts are intended to serve. To humility, as we set our goals, as we work together to achieve them, and as we address the inevitable conflicts produced by those joint efforts. Congratulations and welcome to the fields of public health. Please be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Flores. This concludes our formal ceremony. Let's give our graduates one more round of applause. I would like to ask all guests to remain seated until the last graduate has exited the room. I am delighted to invite you, the graduates, family and friends of the graduates, faculty, alumni, and staff to join us for a reception in honor of the 2017 graduating class in the reception area. Staff will be directing you to the location. Thank you for joining us today. Will the marshals please take their positions to lead the recessional?